Placebo rock, yeah!
I was alone, falling free, trying my best not to forget what happened to us, what happened to me, what happened as I let it slip.
Hi, I'm Stef.
I'm Steve.
And you're watching Musichead.
Faces, passers-by were looking at me as if they could erase it.
You're a rock band, so you're always going to attract rock fans. So they're always going to be pretty mad. It's not like you're at a Sting concert or anything like that. It's just it's good to see music's got a universal voice. You can go anywhere around the world and people are going to react to it. So it's quite interesting in that respect. After 10 years touring around the world and you're still going to places for the first time, it just sort of shows how big this planet is really, and it's just still good to go to new countries. I think keeps the interest up as well.
It's still exciting for us to go and play to new places. And for a lot of bands, being big in England and the States, it's like the be-all and end-all of sort of successful career. But for us, it's never been like that, and hence why I think it's our 5th time here in Australia, and we'll probably continue coming back here as long as we make records.
Yeah, we keep it real, I think, in that respect. I think we've pretty much got our feet on the ground. I think that's why we've managed to stay together for so long. The whole fame and all the other shit that comes along with it, we don't really get involved with. Too busy working and making records to sort of bother what anybody else thinks, really. And I think that's probably another point of why we survived, I think.
We just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, then either you start believing your own myth, or you start selling your private life to Hello magazine, and it's not really what we're into.
Baby, did you forget to take your meds? 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 Baby, did you forget?
Some songs we just cannot listen to or play anymore. But I think that's just down to the fact that he changes the person, he changes the band, and a lot of the songs in the beginning, the first album was done with a different band, Steve wasn't in it, so when it comes to choosing a set list, for example, mostly it's the new album, because that's the one that we feel closest to and the one that's most exciting. But we also realize the fact that a lot of people come and see us and they want to hear some of their favorite tracks. So it kind of try to strike a balance between what we like and what other people would like. Well, we basically thought that the sessions that we did with him, they sounded so good. They were B-side sessions or cover version sessions, that we thought it was time to be stupid not to go in with this guy, because the stuff we did with him just sounded usually better than the album that we've done previously. So it was a bit of a risk for us to go in with him, because he's not a big name producer, and we also were told, is there a band at our level in our career would be expected to work with a big name producer? But we just felt it would be more comfortable, more inspiring to work with someone our own age, someone who we know, and also someone that we've done stuff with that we're very pleased with. And
no, it was important. Dimitri had more to prove than us, so it does seem kind of an obvious choice for us to use him, because we knew that he was going to push us, because he had to push himself, to sort of get results. So it's great to get somebody who was hungry, and had a lot to prove, and it sort of brought the best out in us, I think. He's been around the band for many years, so I think it was important to have somebody who's been a friend of the band and who'd stand outside of what we do, so they can sort of have probably a more clear sort of perspective of where we are. So he understood the way we've always wanted to make music, and seeing what we've tried to achieve through past records. So I think there was sort of an unspoken understanding in that respect, you know.
One last thing before I shuffle off the planet. I will be the one to make you crawl.
I think it's the point about changing the elements around you and sort of changing the elements within you, sort of what you're exposed to, and sort of hanging out and working with people you're sort of on the same level with. I think that sort of feeds the sort of songwriting process a lot more. I think the day we sort of feel we are repeating ourselves will probably be the day we call it a day, you know. You're not the same person that you were when you were now than you were when you were 21, you know. So, you know, it's just your priorities are going to change. I think hopefully it's going to evolve and carry on evolving. It's just, you know, it's what life throws at you. It's one of life's things. I mean, it's probably the easiest record we've made, but still, you know, it's very, very personal, and it's your fucking baby, man. If somebody just takes it off and puts it on the internet, you know, it's hugely insulting. Hugely insulting. It's like taking a part of your soul away, you know. It really is. I mean, it's personal. I mean, it's our art. It's our art until it's released where it becomes sort of public property. But I mean, give us that much at least, you know.
The whole thing about the internet, I mean, we could sit and talk for hours about it. You know, I mean, there are lots of bad sides to it. I mean, this being for bands definitely, you know, something that we're not happy about. But at the same time, I think it's brought music closer to people, and it's allowed a lot of bands to get an audience for their music. But I mean, still, it's like the Wild West. Anything goes, and whatever legislation you pass, someone's going to bypass it. You know, music goes in circles, and you know, we were influenced by bands, and I'm sure there's bands out there who are influenced by us. But if we start to listen to that and start to believe it, then you know, our egos will be far too big to handle. I mean, we still are most fierce critics. You know, when we go into the studio, we don't think, you know, we're this multi-million selling band. You know, we go in there and it's just like being at square one. You know, we have to make a better album than all the previous albums, and the pressure's on, and we put that pressure on ourselves. And
you know, it's very flattering, but at the same time, you know, we're the same as probably the bands that would say that we're an influence. I mean, we're influenced by a million other bands too, so it's just it's the chain. But it's a very nice thing, but you just get on with your thing, make music in a vacuum. It's from writing the songs, going to the studio, recording them. When you're doing that, you want to be out on tour, and then when you're out on tour, you want to be in the studio. And both worlds are great, but you can never choose which one you want to do at the same time.